John Nakia's story is one of resilience, determination, and an unyielding pursuit of justice. After serving his country in Afghanistan, John yearned for the tranquility of civilian life. For him, home symbolized safety, normalcy, and a chance to rebuild a life away from the harsh realities of war. His return to the United States, however, would be anything but peaceful, as he encountered an ordeal that tested his patience, courage, and resolve. Growing up in a military family, John was no stranger to the rigors of service. His father, grandfather, and cousins had all donned the uniform, making military life a deeply ingrained part of his identity. At 25, John followed in their footsteps, enlisting in the Marines to carry forward the family legacy. Over the years, he served both domestically and abroad, ultimately facing the challenges of deployment in Afghanistan. Through it all, John clung to the hope of returning home, where he envisioned a simpler, quieter existence. After saving diligently and benefiting from military subsidies, John purchased a modest home. To him, it was more than just a property, it was a sanctuary, a symbol of the peaceful life he aspired to lead. As he journeyed back, thoughts of family and the familiar comforts of his new home occupied his mind. But upon his arrival, that dream began to unravel. When John stepped out of the cab in front of his house, the sight of the quiet neighborhood offered a brief sense of solace. However, that peace was shattered as he approached his home. The backyard was overgrown, the air felt unsettling, and to his dismay, the back door was unlocked. As he cautiously entered, an overwhelming stench filled the air, and he found his once pristine home in a state of disarray. The walls bore marks of neglect, personal belongings were scattered, and the unmistakable signs of squatters were everywhere. The violation of his private space was a bitter pill to swallow. After years of serving his country, this was not the homecoming John had envisioned. Strangers had not only occupied his house, but had turned it into their makeshift residence. Overwhelmed by anger and frustration, John decided to leave the house and contact his family for support. His parents welcomed him with open arms, offering solace and a place to stay as he figured out his next steps. Determined to reclaim his property, John filed a report with the local police. However, to his shock, the authorities informed him that the squatters had produced documents claiming temporary residency. Despite his rightful ownership, the police were unable to act immediately. This lack of support from law enforcement left John feeling abandoned and disillusioned. His frustration deepened when he realized the squatters had exploited legal loopholes to strengthen their illegitimate claim. Undeterred, John sought alternative means to address the situation. Through his research, he learned about a local biker group known for assisting individuals in similar predicaments. Though unconventional, he saw this as a potential path to resolving his ordeal. The bikers, angered by the injustice, agreed to help, emphasizing a peaceful approach to resolving the conflict. Together, they formulated a plan to confront the squatters and assert John's rightful ownership of the property. When John and the bikers arrived at the house, their presence was met with hostility. The squatters were dismissive, refusing to vacate, and even resorting to threats. Despite the provocations, John maintained his composure, choosing not to escalate the situation. Recognizing that a direct confrontation would not yield results, he decided to pursue a different strategy involving the media. John's story quickly gained traction, resonating with a public outraged by the lack of support from the legal system. News outlets covered his plight extensively, drawing attention to the broader issue of squatter rights versus property ownership. The increased visibility pressured the authorities to take the matter seriously. Meanwhile, John enlisted the help of a skilled property lawyer who specialized in cases like his. The lawyer meticulously worked to disprove the squatters' forged documents and build a compelling case for John's ownership. The combined efforts of media attention, legal representation, and public outrage finally prompted action. The court ruled in John's favor, affirming his ownership and ordering the squatters to vacate the premises immediately. The victory was bittersweet. While John had reclaimed his home, the ordeal had taken a significant emotional toll. Nevertheless, he was determined to restore his house to its former state. In the months that followed, John dedicated himself to cleaning and renovating his property. The support of his family, the bikers, and his lawyer had been instrumental in overcoming the challenges he faced. His journey from despair to resolution served as a testament to the importance of resilience, community support, and perseverance. John's story is a powerful reminder of the strength it takes to confront injustice and the value of seeking help from unexpected places. Though his transition to civilian life was fraught with unforeseen challenges, his determination to reclaim his home and his peace underscored his unwavering spirit. As he finally settled into the tranquil life he had long envisioned, John's journey stood as an inspiring example of overcoming adversity through courage and resolve.